We're joined by the Lebanese ambassador to France, Rami Adwan. Thank you very much for being with us. I'd like to begin by asking you about the repatriation of Lebanese people here in France. Are there plans to do so?
Good evening, and thank you very much for having me. Let me first commend the work of the journalists around the world who are still performing, despite these difficult days, the public service role that is ours, actually. But you are actually keeping the public updated, as well as keeping the public aware of the major measures that are undertaken all over the world. And your work should be praised for all of this. Concerning Lebanon, Lebanon has so far been able to contain the spread of the virus. In Lebanon, we have today a bit more than 500 cases declared and a bit less than 20 unfortunately deceased persons. The result that we are seeing today in Lebanon is actually due to the gradual efforts put in place by the government, who was quite keen since the beginning to try and contain the spread. The government ordered quite quickly, as soon as the pandemic was declared globally, declared that the airport and the ports would be shut in front of all incomers into the country. And this has left us with a number of Lebanese being stuck out of the country. Some of them are actually here in France, and the government has been putting together a set of measures that are going to begin this Sunday in order to repatriate those of the Lebanese who are willing to go back home. This repatriation will be dealt with by the Middle East Airlines, the national company. And this repatriation will be commanded by very strict rules prior to the repatriation process and very strict rules upon the repatriation process. The strict rules prior to the process impose on us Lebanese to be very wary of the risks that are being undertaken by those travelers. And this confinement and isolation that will be imposed on those travelers upon their arrival to Lebanon is also part of these challenges that those willing to go back will have to overcome.
We've also been hearing reports about the Hezbollah group, that they have been showing up some other political parties and indeed the government to a certain extent, taking the initiative when it comes to Covid-19 testing and prevention by organising cleaning regimes. What can you tell us about this?
Well, actually, it is nothing limited to one single group or one single political party, and it is the same rule everywhere on earth. It is a united front that Lebanon is proposing to confront the spread of the pandemic. It is actually the same united front globally that is being built in order to put an halt to this spread, to this virus, which is actually threatening the humanity. In Lebanon, all political parties, all groups, beyond sects and beyond their political engagement, have decided to stand beside the government and engage in this fight, in this war, as President Macron puts it, when he says that the globality of the humankind is today confronted with this global war against the virus.